But with that, I will hush and let Keith come up and introduce Brad.
Thank you, Joel. I don't think he needs a lot of introduction. Brad Lefevre is our board chairman. I've asked him to make a couple of comments, his observations. Brad?
Thanks, Keith. Well, when I look out in here, I see a lot of familiar faces and people that I know, and what excites me about that is I know the people that I'm looking at who I do know and have been involved in this are class act folks, and they're people that will do the right thing for the growth of this hospital and the growth of this community. And so it's exciting to see these faces of these people out here that I do know so well. I was asked to be on this board. I wasn't quite sure what all that entailed. I'm just an old railroad guy, and I thought they'd let me write prescriptions, but I found out right away they weren't going to let me do that. So, but I accepted it anyway, and I'll tell you, it's been a really, really neat experience and a great journey. You know, we lost the hospital, and that's that we had, and that's a terrible thing. But I'll tell you, what's going on out here is a tremendous asset for this community and for our region. I always tell the story about the first time we drove into town back in 1996. It was late at night and it was dark. We had no clue where we were going or how we were going to get there, but we'd come out of Texas, and I had my wife and family with me. And as we came by then Sumter Regional Hospital, my wife's comment was, well, at least it looks like they've got a nice hospital here. It's the first thing we really kind of saw in the dark. But you know, that stuck with me because that holds true today. When people come into a community looking to relocate, looking to build a business, looking to expand and bring other folks in, one of the first things they want to know is, what is the healthcare community like in this region, in this area, in our town? And I will tell you, this is truly a beacon on the hill. My personal goal is that this becomes a destination hospital for a lot of folks. You know, I've thought a dozen times, if I lived in Griffin, Georgia, and I had a medical need, and I had the choice to go to Atlanta, fight my way through all that, pay for a high-dollar hotel room, and scramble to get around to the hospital every day, would I want to do that, or would I come south into a very friendly community that offers all the amenities and services I need? Places to eat, nice places to stay, a good place to be. Because the one thing I understand, and I don't know if everybody here has been in the hospital or had a loved one in the hospital, but the one thing I understand is when that day comes, the thing that's on that patient's mind and the thing that's on that family's mind is concern. They're nervous, they're worried, and it can be very traumatic. But I think we've got the people sitting here that will meet those people at the door when they walk in and be with them through the entire process and be with them the day they walk out the door. So they'll leave here and say to somebody else, if you ever have a medical situation, you really should look into Phoebe Sumter. The people are great, the service is wonderful, the facility is phenomenal, and the doctors are world class. I think that's all been put together. And I will give a lot of credit to the folks who are sitting out here, but I wanted to say the last thing is that in my association with Phoebe and the time that I have been with them, and I've also been fortunate to be asked to sit on the System Finance Committee. And I'll tell you, there's not a sharper group of people. There's not a better bunch of medical professionals that I've ever been around in my life than the folks that I have met through Phoebe. So I think it's a great marriage. I'm really looking forward to the day that we eat that barbecue, Joel, and cut the ribbon. And you've all got something to be proud of. Our community certainly has something to be proud of. I'm just real proud to be a part of it. And again, I want to thank all y'all, and let's get out here and make a hospital. Thanks.
I want to close with just a couple of comments. Marcus has reminded me to mention to all of you that we will begin community tours of the new hospital on November 1st. And stay tuned to the local newspaper to get the dates and times of tours and how you can sign up and everything with that. It will be great fun. I can guarantee you that you will have a lot of fun with what you see in the new hospital. One other statistic that I like to mention from time to time, and I don't have the current statistic, but through the month of June, this construction project contributed almost $8 million to our local economy. That's how important all of this that's been going on for the last 2 years has been. Our motels have had over $162,000, local vendors and suppliers almost $2 million, and local subcontractors almost $6 million. That's the impact that we've had, that this project has had so far on our community, notwithstanding where we're going in terms of the overall quality of health care to our community. I just wanted to leave you with that. With that, I'll close, and we'll try to answer any questions that any of you might have. Thank you all very much.
Questions?
What is the actual timetable when you move from one facility to this one? You don't overlap, have services in both?
Yes, sir. We will start the move at 5 a.m. on December 16th. And we are working out the specific logistics of when one area might close and another open. But we have a transition team that we've put together that witnessed the moving of another hospital in Vidalia, Georgia, from one facility to a new facility several months ago. And they're working with KMLK, our construction manager, and it's a detailed plan down to the minutia of when the Georgia Department of Transportation changes the blue H signs on the highway, because there won't be at some point on the 16th there won't be a hospital over on at the old temporary location anymore.